industrial area, for a long time. So that's why I would say you wouldn't find it. I mean, or the younger generation who do art using mixed media, don't do the work themselves. They don't actually. A lot of them don't even know what the workshop looks like. Okay, and I did this on purpose because this is the point that I'm trying to show that no, I do the work. You see, and that's the thing. So a younger person won't. I mean, a younger artist will not be able to go there and rent the space and basically invade this workshop for 8 months.
Yeah, we'll commission some labor and
yeah, or Baba's or Mama's company will put. The next exhibition will mostly be a lot of metal sculptures. I'm thinking maybe November, December. But there's a few new techniques that I'm using. That also, I mean, I'm also introducing a digital method into cutting the method in a certain way, and that's taking a little longer because there's a lot of research and development that I'm using to make it right. Maybe it will go into January. But once, I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where I have to, solve, and after I solve it, then everything.
I got the feeling that you were very angry when you were producing the invisible giant.
Yeah.
And I get a feeling that you said that you are at a commerce place and the next exhibition is full of light.
Yeah.
Can I ask what brought on the change?
The difference between the collection I'm working on now and the collections I worked on in the past is that I finally reached to a point where, okay, I've done the anger thing, and I did. I mean, before, in between, when I was in university, I did a lot of physical things, things to conquer my own fear and things to discover myself. Now I'm at a point where I think I'm in harmony with myself. So it's more of a, it's more of a, now I have to deal with this in calm, or I have to deal with this with wisdom or something like that. So this is why I have, the work has changed in personality.
Is it spiritual?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It generally, it's a spirituality that brings in the
Well, also the spirituality is a result of something.
Having let the invisible die out already.
Yeah. This is the first one in the collection. This one is called Accused. And I think the connection here lacks red. I don't think there's red here on the screen. But the image, this guy is actually, I'll try to do this without causing a fire or something. He's actually glowing. I don't know if you tell? Okay, sorry, okay, and he's called, and this thing is called Accused, and it's always funny that the person who's always pointing the finger, you're all probably wondering what happened to him.
This makes us curious.
Yeah.
No reason.
And it's always interesting that the person who's always pointing the finger is the person with fault. Somebody doesn't have an eye, somebody doesn't have a nose, yet and they're the ones who are created out of this terrible texture, yet they're always, quick to judge. Sorry? Exactly. But this was the first one after the silence. And then after this they just started.
Is this one of the 200 paintings that you did?
Yeah, but from the 200 I only exhibited about 70. This is called A Dream of the Maldives. This also was part of the collection because I was working on something travel and I couldn't go anywhere because the work was so important. No, I wasn't in prison, no. Kind of, you know. But I couldn't travel and I couldn't do anything because the work was so important and I had to be there. And a lot of times I just used to sleep in the office. And sleeping wasn't like sleeping for a few hours. No, it was you sleep for 20 minutes and then you wake up and do something and sleep for another 20 minutes. And what I used to do is I used to go there and instead of sleeping 20 minutes, I'd sit there and I had a screensaver on the computer which had pictures of the Maldives. And I'd escape there and I'd just go to the Maldives.
You start the work the way you do it. See, most of it is just 3D. But also the last one, the last thing we saw, it seemed you do work with 3D also.
Yeah. I work on anything, really.
So I mean,
whether if it's on the computer, I work on anything. 2D, 3D, you know, if it's vector-based, bitmap-based, if anybody's into the digital world, you know, if it's bitmap-based, if it's freestyle, if it's whatever it is, okay, if it's on the computer. If it's traditional, I would work with anything, oils, acrylics, metal, wood, plastic.
Which one you find more difficult for working with it, or which one you thought more interesting to work with?
Well, I enjoy working on all of them. Yeah, I have taught myself, I forgot how many, but I think at one point I have mastered 9 different programs. You know, whether it's 2D, 3D animation, still, texturing, lighting, whatever. You know, sculpting, digital sculpting. I've really just worked on anything, whatever is necessary. I mean, there was in the promo there was a rig, there was a 3D rig of a character like this, you know, and that one was he's actually built in 3D in one program, and then from that one program I put him into another program where you rig him. You know, like in 3D movies and stuff, when you see the character moving and stuff, you build the character, and normally they're like this. And then you take him out of the molding or the 3D creating software, and you put him in a program called rigging, where you start putting a skeleton in him. So it's exactly like a real skeleton, but it's on the computer. So that when you move the arm, you don't just remove the arm from where it is. No, you move it like a joint. I'm always learning.
And you're self-taught, or?
I'm self-taught. So I learned all the bad habits, you know, but yeah, I'm self-taught. خلاص, no more questions?
Thank you, Jalal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.